our dearest viewers, of course, it is what we call Arise and Shine. The first day of November, this is what people always expect, what happens on the first day of the month. Of course, this is Henry Mudenda, your presenter on the Lumen Morning Diary. I'm not alone. I'm with Alice Lungu. Alice, good morning.
Good morning, Henry. It's good to actually waking up to good news. Yes. As we are talking about the fuel price.
Fuel pump price, actually. Something that everyone look forward, it's something that everyone is looking up to say what happens in the next month, what happens in this coming month. It's more like people keep on tightening their budget every month. Yeah, you keep on thinking to say what happens this month, what happens this month. It's back then when people would plan for the whole year to say my year will be like this, my year will be like that. But this time around, people opt to plan monthly because of the fuel pump price.
Exactly, Henry. I must say it's something that is usually talked about, because everybody actually has this conscious to say if the fuel price is high, then definitely the food commodities will also increase. Yes. So if the fuel prices reduces, definitely even the food commodities get to increase. If I must say, Henry, really, because fuel is what drives even the economy.
Yeah.
Because everything is dependent on it.
On fuel.
Yes.
Yeah, Alice. I think not too long ago, we've seen some issues to fuel related issues in different parts of the country. Of course, our dearest viewers, you are also part and parcel of this discussion. We cannot talk about fuel pump price without you out there. Your contributions matters the most. What you can do is actually to call us on the numbers that will soon show on your screen, or simply drop us a message for those that are following us through Facebook. You're not left out. You're part and parcel of this fuel pump price discussion.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Remember that as a Lumen Morning Diary, we get to bring to you a lot of different segments, such as Food for the Soul, where we share the Word of God. It is very important that we start the day with the Word of God, as we have also begun a new month, which is the month of November. And we also share the health segment. It's important that we also take care of our health. Yes, later on we'll have the health segment, and we'll be joined by our guest, a medical student, who actually share with us what he has prepared. So I'm encouraging you, our dear viewers, to stay glued to Lumen Morning Diary and get to learn more and more. And yes, we don't forget to share what is trending on social media and what the newspaper has for us.
Of course, Alice, this week, it's a week that people thought October would just end like the way it started. I remember in the first week of November, there were some issues that came up, the cases of cholera and things like that. But I like its ending, where you did not leave out the breast cancer awareness, which was very important. I remember when we were growing up, we never used to hear about breast cancer. You just hear cancer. But when it comes to breast cancer, it's something that I really learned in the month of October. But now we're in November. What is it that November has for us? It has brought the good news, of course, on the first day that is the 1st of November, where people get to wonder to say, what would be the fuel pump price? That is my main issue, that we are engaging you, our dearest viewers out there. Be part and parcel of this discussion where we are talking about the fuel pump price. We're talking about those guys that bought buses like myself here. Sometimes you get to wonder to say, what is the price from this place to that place? I think the roadmap is clear now, because it's very difficult to budget for such movements. Yeah,
exactly. So well, fingers crossed. We
hope it will keep on.
It will keep on reducing.
Yeah.
We are putting our fingers crossed. Yes, Henry, just to dive into what is trending in the newspaper peaks. In the Must newspaper, the headline says, HH has ears ready to listen. He's been meeting different people, says Hamasaka. State House has dismissed the allegation by historian Shiwashwa that President Hakainde Hichilema defamation to amend the constitution before the 2026 elections. The story is found on page 3.
Right. Today I'm having the Daily Mail. The top stories reads $300 million Mutanda Kasempa Kauma Road project starts. President urges citizen to work with UPND for better Zambia. That was in Northwestern Province, where the president was yesterday.
Okay. Another story says, even as life, President Hichilema can't deliver, says Shangwa. This story is found on page 3 of the Must newspaper. UPND blast Mbula over Tanzania warning. Former Secretary to the Cabinet, Dr. Leslie Mbula, warning that the unrest that has rocked Tanzania during and after the just ended election could also happen in Zambia if these leaders continue ignoring people's concern.
Cabinet approves bill to make defilement, rape, incest non-bailable.
So we know there are actually so many stories that the newspaper has, but these are some of the few stories we can actually share with you.
All right. Before I drop it, let me just go through what pertains in different papers such as Diggers. Let me start with the Diggers newspaper. Cabinet proposes no bail for sex offences, drugs, and drug theft. Zambia Democratic Records admirable UNDP. We see a lot of things that are happening in the constitutional amendment process, but this is what the president had to say. Support constitution reforms on delimitation. That is what the president Hakainde Hichilema had emphasized. We have so many stories pertaining the newspapers, but these are just some of the stories that we've decided to give you, our dearest viewers. Look up to different stories on the trends. Alice, as we take up the trends, what's there on the trends this week?
Okay, stories that have actually been making noise on social media. I came across a story of a 24-year-old man of Lumezi district who died after allegedly being beaten by 4 men who attacked him over suspicions of having an affair with the girlfriend of one of the gang members. Such a sad story.
sad reading, Alice, out there.
A very young man dying.
Of course, on the trends, our dearest viewers, I'm sure we've seen in our neighboring country, Tanzania, where actually different people are doing different things, especially in the street. This is what the Speaker of the National Assembly, Madam Nelly Muti, no Tanzania, in Zambia. She went further by saying Speaker Muti warns against agitating for political unrest in the country, which is caution the political leaders should desist from inciting young people to cause breach of peace in the Gen TZ tech, which is happening actually in the street. We've seen a lot of protests, but this is what the Speaker of the National Assembly had to guide through the members of Parliament. There is no Zambia in Tanzania, or there is no Tanzania in Zambia.
Okay. Another story, Henry, is that thieves steal Catholic priest's motor vehicle valued at 700,000 in Lusangazi district. Unknown people have stolen a motor vehicle valued at 700,000 from Ukwimi Catholic Parish, a church in Lusangazi district of Eastern Province.
Sad reading out there, Alice.
Yeah, it's really sad.
FRA closes 2025 crop marketing season after a record maize purchase. The Food Reserve Agency, FRA, has officially announced the closure of the 2025 crop marketing season. That was, of course, yesterday, October 31st. Of course, this one has brought mixed feelings to say, okay, the closure is understood, Alice, but there are some farmers that have not been paid up to date. Yeah, this is the trends, especially where farming is concerned.
Just to wrap up with a story that is actually our topic of focus today about fuel pump price. Petrol prices reduced to 28 kwacha 97 ngwe from 30 kwacha 58 ngwe, and diesel to 25 kwacha 35 ngwe from 26.20 ngwe. So those are the prices that have actually reduced fuel price and our petrol prices rather, and diesel price.
Yeah, of course, this is what we had for you on the trains. There are so many stories that we haven't touched, our dearest viewers, but what we're simply urging you, you can also share with us what has trended in your society. There are so many stories that are happening even as we are talking right now. What you are encouraged to do is simply get that phone, that one who is watching us through Facebook, and comment, share with us what has really trended in your area from Monday up to date. We are looking at the trends throughout the week, and of course the fuel pump price, we've just picked it from one of the trends actually of the week to say this is what Zambians are supposed to benefit from the reduction of fuel pump prices. What's your benefit from the fuel pump price? This is what you can simply do. Simply call us and also get along to participate in our topic of discussion today.
Oh yes, Henry, I know we have so many topics that we can actually talk about. Like Henry has said, it is important that we also get to hear from you, our dear viewers, what do you have that we need to learn from each other? As Henry has alluded, let's get to interact by simply calling or texting using the numbers that will soon show on the screen. This show is for you and I to learn from one another. So for now, we go on a short break. Join us as we dive into the health segment.
Long-awaited MTN Super League is here and is live on Top Star. This is more than football. It's pride, it's rivalry, and it's glory. As Zambia's greatest football league takes center stage, heroes are made, rivals collide, and passions rise. From Kitwe to Lusaka, from Ndola to Mazabuka, every goal, every cheer, every moment comes alive on Top Star, the MTN Super League. Our game, our pride, our home. Bola Yatu. Subscribe today and watch it all live in HD on Top Star and the Star Times own app. Top Star, the official broadcaster of the MTN Super League.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you are watching Lumen, a diary. Right about now, we've just been joined by Fabian Musonda, who is a medical student, and he's going to share with us about peptic ulcer disease. We'll find out from him. Good morning, Fabian. Good to have you on Lumen Morning Diary.
Good morning, Alice, and I'm happy to be here.
Yes. To begin with, Fabian, we want to know what is peptic ulcer. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, because I know you medical people have your own terms.
Sure. Okay, so it's peptic ulcer disease.
Peptic.
Ulcer disease, usually abbreviated as PUD.
Okay.
So peptic ulcer disease is a condition where there is a disruption in the inner lining of the stomach or the small intestine. Or I can say it's like having a sore, an open sore inside the lining of the stomach. So that's what peptic ulcer disease is.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
There's so much more that we need to learn. Okay, and what are the causes of peptic ulcers?
Okay, so for peptic ulcer disease, basically for us to understand what causes them, you need to know that the stomach itself has has certain conditions that's supposed to meet up in order to have a proper digestion.
Okay.
So the stomach walls have got different cells that are able to produce different substances, chemicals, and other enzymes that are used in digestion of food. So the stomach really is what we call gastric juices.
Okay.
So that gastric juices in the stomach, usually they are acidic. The stomach has what we call hydrochloric acid. So it has about a pH of between 2 to 3, so which means a very acidic environment. So also the other cells are also producing mucus because that acid can cause erosion or damage to the walls of the stomach. So there should be that balance whereby there's enough production of mucus and there's also enough production of acid. So once acid production exceeds the mucus, which is protecting the inner lining of the stomach, you are likely to develop a peptic ulcer disease. But what are the many causes of peptic ulcer disease is two things. There are two things. The main two things are, first of all, is Helicobacter pylori. Yes. Helicobacter pylori.
I wish I could pronounce that.
Okay, so Helicobacter pylori it's a bacterium, a gram-negative bacterium. So it's usually acquired especially in childhood, and maybe you or me has that in our body. Okay, so sometimes it's maybe just asymptomatic. You doesn't show that it's there. So we have Helicobacter pylori, the same bacterium. Usually it colonizes the mucosal lining of the inner lining of the walls of the stomach.
Okay.
Yes. So yeah. Okay, sure.
Please go ahead. Let me not cut you short.
All right. So then we also have the NSAID drugs, which are non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. So these drugs, they're usually found on the market. They include diclofenac, ibuprofen, which is known as Profen, and aspirin. So all these drugs, when they are used, especially if someone has been on the long-term therapy of NSAID drugs, they're likely also to have NSAID-induced peptic ulcer disease. So these are the two main causes of peptic ulcer disease. But of course, there should also be other factors that should be present for the situation to become worse. Yes, and in that case, you find that excessive alcohol use, smoking, caffeine, because these substances, caffeine, excessive alcohol use, they are going to increase the overproduction of the acid. And once acid is too much in the stomach, it begins to erode and causing the ulcers. And there could also be other things that can also contribute to the overproduction of the hydrochloric acid, such as